Thanks to Squarespace for making today's video possible. What's up guys, it's Ed from TechSource and welcome to the PC build of the month for the month of August. We're going to be building the best gaming PC for around $600 and we're going to change things up a bit and build an HTPC for around $400. As always, all the parts mentioned in this video will be linked down below. So with that said, let's begin. So the first build is going to cost you around $600. We're throwing in the new Ryzen 3 1200 CPU, which is currently the best quad-core CPU you can buy right now for the money, and it's only going to cost you $109, and you guys can even overclock it to 3.9 GHz very easily with the included cooler. We don't need a CPU cooler since it does come with one, however we do need a solid board to overclock that bad boy. And the one I picked up for the build is the MSI B350M MICROATX motherboard, which costs only $70. I've used this one a few times before on the channel and I really like it. I had no problems using it and overclocking is very easy. It supports up to 32 gigs of RAM, features one M.2 slot and 4 SATA ports. It does have 2 DIMM slots however, so I went with only 1 stick of RAM from Crucial in case you guys need to upgrade later down the line. For storage, we are rocking the one and only 1TB hard drive from WD, which you can pick up for around $50. We're also going to be pairing the Ryzen 3 1200 with the GTX 1060 6GB variant. This is the sweet spot for 1080p gaming if you don't want to hit any bottlenecking. Make sure to check out my bottlenecking video in case you guys missed it. But if you guys want to play in 2K resolution, then you can even upgrade the GPU to a 1070 without a problem. But if you're only playing 1080p games, then I recommend sticking to the 1060. Anything higher than that and you won't be getting your money's worth. The case we are going with is the ROSEWILL SRM01, which isn't the best looking case out there, but we are trying to save some money, and for $30, this is a solid option. It's got a front USB 3.0 port and a place to mount an extra 120mm fan on the side. For storage, you have space for 1 SSD and 2 hard drives. It does have a closed side panel, which is great because you don't have to worry about buying RGB lights or custom sleeves inside the PC to make it look good. I always tell people if you're doing a budget build, obviously get a case with a closed side panel because you have to spend extra money on RGB lights, better looking fans, custom sleeving, and all that's going to cost money and kind of defeats the purpose of going with a budget build in the first place. And finishing up the build is a 450 watt power supply from EVGA, which is plenty of juice. So this entire build is going to cost you around $600, and this is the best gaming PC that you can build for this price point. In fact, I might do a build using this exact same configuration in August. And if you guys want to see a build guide and time lapse, be sure to let me know in the comment section and also leave a like. So this next one is a home theater PC rocking the G4560 dual core processor, and the reason why I went with this is because it handles H.265 decoding a lot better than other generation CPUs. And you're also able to watch videos on Netflix in 4K without any problems. Unfortunately, if you don't use a KB-like processor, you can't stream 4K on Netflix. Thanks Intel. So we don't need a cooler since we are using a stock heatsink, and since we don't need to overclock it, we can pick up a budget motherboard. The ASROCK H110M will get the job done as long as the BIOS has the updated version. If it does, then you don't need to flash it. I actually bought one of these in February from Newegg for my $350 PC build, and it came out of the box with the new version installed, which was awesome because I didn't have to flash it. It's going to be a closed case build, so I don't really care how ugly the RAM sticks look. 8 gigs of RAM is more than plenty to run emulators, play games, or whatever it is that you guys need to do. 1TB of storage is a great place to start, and if more is needed, we can always throw in some later down the line. The GTX 1050 from ZOTAC will supply just enough power if you want to do some gaming in 1080p. Obviously, you're not going to get close to 60 FPS and max settings, but some lighter games like Overwatch or even CSGO shouldn't be a problem. If you're not going to be gaming and instead you're going to use the HTPC for basic media like streaming or watching videos, Netflix, Kodi, and even some emulators, then you can save $100 and not get a GPU. The HD Graphics 610 from the CPU is plenty just for that. We're going to cram everything inside the tiny Elite 110 case from Cooler Master for around $40, and powering the HTPC is a 450 watt power supply. So this will cost you a little over $400 if you go with a dedicated GPU, or $300 if you don't. So before I head out, I want to give a huge thanks to Squarespace for making this video possible. If you guys ever wanted to create your very own website but found it difficult to do so, then you gotta give Squarespace a try. They make it extremely easy to create your very own website. I mean, even I could do it. Everything is practically drag and drop. You guys don't need to know anything about coding. The customer service team is also really helpful and they respond very quickly in case you do run into any problems. Recently, they added 16 new beautiful templates to choose from, or you guys can even start from scratch, kind of like what I did with my current website, dealsource.tech. And just for my subscribers out there, you guys can get 10% off your first order if you visit squarespace.com/techsource. I'll drop a link below. But that's it for the video. As always, all the parts will be linked below. If you guys enjoy these monthly PC builds, make sure to leave a like to show your support. If you guys don't like it, feel free to dislike as well. That is cool too. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love your necks, and I'll see you in the next video.